All right, welcome back to the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism. Guys, we have some amazing videos here in regards to getting property here in South Africa. We have an amazing tour coming up in October of this year when it comes to property. Check out this video so you guys can see what we're talking about. And of course, you can book your tour and come here in October. Hey everybody, this is Mark, and of course we're out at the last location for the real estate tour. So we're going to go to 5 different locations where you're going to be able to look at homes, apartments, rentals. You're going to be able to look at everything. Different price points, not all the way to the bottom, of course, because we're the real South Africa, but really good price points all the way up to major price points you're going to be able to see. And keep in mind, this is just a tidbit, but once you get acclimated to what we have, you'll be able to access most of South African real estate, especially here in Joburg. But let me show you where I'm at. This is what it looks like, and I'm gonna leave here in a few minutes, and I'm gonna take you to a few homes, kind of let you see what's available. But obviously there's a restaurant here where I'm at. There's a laundry service if you need that. Everything's here. So like I said, it's more lifestyle than anything, and this is amazing. And a lot of us like stuff like this. A lot of us have been looking for it, have been wanting it, but for some odd reason we just can't not seem to achieve it while we're in those United States. So I would say South Africa is another option. Many options out there, but I think South Africa is the one that we found that tends to work. And stuff like this is amazing, so we want it to be for everyone, to include yourself. So, hey, let's go for it. All right, everybody, we are going to the very first house. I just kind of wanted to give you a quick overview of the neighborhood itself, or the estate. It's a massive estate, lots and lots of homes. Very impressive, very green. It happened to be quiet this day. I think it was on a Sunday. And so we was actually just riding through, just kind of taking a peek. Sorry we didn't do the best in our video skills. However, we feel you would still get a good idea of this mature neighborhood with with all the greenery, and everything looks neat and nice. And this is kind of the places that we want to showcase, and of course places where we want to live. And of course this will be on the real estate tour as well. That is this estate, so we'll be here for a full day looking at homes, checking it out, and it could be something here that you want to purchase. So let's go to the first home. Okay, we have arrived at the first house. We're going to look at 2 homes, but of course when you get here there's going to be several homes. We really appreciate the young lady taking us through, giving us the opportunity to view the home. So we're just going to kind of walk through and whatnot. Of course, the first thing that I noticed was the bar. It's been renovated. Everything has been renovated, to including that big table that you see right there. That's been put in. And that area out there used to be a garden, meaning that there was vegetation out there. So they cleaned that out, redid that so they can entertain. And then, of course, if you decide to come on a real estate tour and you wanted to buy this house, you can come here and entertain as well, because it would be your house. Very large houses, I could say that. I think it's a total of 4 bedrooms, and of course this is the kitchen that she's showing us, and it's made up very, very, very well. Gives you views right into the rest of the home, and then of course that little window right there, you can reach out and hand somebody some food, or if they want to hand you something from your garden, you can do that as well. And I like this drawer because it was cut specifically so it can fit in that corner. So I thought that was a pretty good touch as well. There's a lot of good touches, a lot of hidden areas where you can put your stuff, like she's showing us here. So we really appreciate that as well. So you can store a lot of stuff, especially your appliances and whatnot. I know a lot of women like to cook and clean and all that good stuff. Of course, right now we're in what we call Discovery, which is like the second kitchen. And then we're heading out to the garage. And this house has a 3-car garage in it. And, which is very helpful because some of us like to have a lot of cars and I'm not mentioning who they are, but like to have more than one car, and so you need to have a space so you can put all your stuff. And of course, who's ever living here now has maximized this garage as well. So that's a good thing. Of course, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us at therealsouthafrica.com. If you're looking at the real estate tour, keep in mind that it's closing out really soon. Most payments need to be done in by October the 17th, so there's only a few days left. But of course, the real estate tour starts November 17th and ends on the 27th, and those guys are going to be very, very happy when they leave. This sitting area here was really interesting as well, simply because it has a nice place where you can has a little heater, and then of course this is one of the bedrooms that's pretty set up. It's kind of like a side bedroom. It's not a main bedroom, but it's still pretty big, well decorated and so forth. And I really liked it. A lot of had his own ensuite, and then of course has his own closets and so forth. So if you whoever else you decide to bring with you, or you want to move in, you'll have more than enough space. And then as we are walking out, as you see, this is what we call a garden, or if we would call in the U.S., just a backyard. And it's set up really, really, really nice. You have a lot of space back here in we call it a little windy house, that little brown thing, that's a little windy house. That's what we call it here in South Africa. And of course, on a nice warm day, you might not want to leave the house. I probably would not. Of course, you can, have your food cooked up, and then of course, there's a nice pool there, a nice area where you can just kind of lounge and just chill out. And of course, we're very social here in South Africa, so you will probably invite some friends. And of course, you got a nice privacy wall that takes care of all of that. So again, I think this is a good setup for those who, I would say don't want to spend a lot of money, because this house doesn't cost as much as you think. Of course, I will give you the price, so just stay with us. Of course, just coming to South Africa for the first time is absolutely amazing as a tourist. So obviously we got packages that we can get you here, and we take care of everything for you once you arrive. And a lot of people we have been finding really appreciate the fact that they get to maximize their time here in South Africa, with the time they have, because they don't have to worry about all the small stuff, and even, how to get around and stuff like that. Everything is on the schedule, and people intend to enjoy it. And then of course, we give you a little free time as well while you're here. But again, I would like to know what you think about this home. There's a lot more to it, so we're just going to kind of go through it and so forth. I was impressed with it because it had his very own, what do you call that thing? Hair salon on the inside. So as we go through it, you will see that there's a hair salon. I think the current owners of the house, she does hair, and so she took one of the rooms and turned it into a hair salon. So hey, if you're into those types of things, and you want to start your business doing hair, there you go. But this is a real good open floor plan, and it's been renovated for the most part. It looks very modern, and with the double stoves and so forth. So again, I think a lot of people would find this a great home in a great neighborhood in a great part of Johannesburg, right here in Gauteng province. And if you don't know what a province is, that's a state. So yeah. So now I mentioned to you the little hair salon. So the owners, the current owners, I'm walking in as we speak, decided to turn this into a hair salon, and I think it's cool. Good thing you got nail products and the whole nine. So I think everything you need to do is here. So we got a business, a home-based business. Oh yeah. South Africans are very resourceful, and and whatnot. And I've noticed that over the years, they figure out a way out of no way. It sounds very familiar, don't it? So this is the going around to the other side of the house. If you notice the types of trees they have there, which you would find in the tropics, because here in South Africa the weather is warm most of the time. So these tropical type trees tend to survive, do very well here because of the weather. And if you are adverse like myself to cold weather, you would probably want to be here. So again, I would really like to know what you guys think, what we're actually doing. We really want to give people the opportunities of what we see. Obviously there are many people saying, you didn't have to say anything, which is so true, but we decided that we want other people, such as ourselves who have worked hard and done enough for king and country to, hey, find a place where you can afford something that, there'll be a lot of people that are cash buyers. And then of course, those who are looking at financing, that's an option as well. And those that are coming on a real estate tour, we get the option to chat with those people, during the tour, and you can find out exactly, what your options are. So, we got to put these things on the table. And even if you don't particularly get this particular home, there are now that you know that they exist, and you got a price point, and then you have a realtor that you've met, especially on the real estate tour, that you can constantly stay in contact with. And, obviously they would love to stay in contact with you as well. And then eventually as time go on, or it could be sooner or later, you will change your plan and you'll be like, oh my God, I need to get to South Africa. And that you can purchase a home and live very comfortable and so forth. And keep in mind, all these walls that you see, they're made of brick. They're concrete. They're not, what'd you call it? They're not wood and what's that stuff? Sheetrock and stuff like that. So, and keep in mind, you can, like in this particular house, you saw that she did some sewing in there, and then the person had a little sauna. You can jump in there as well. That works. And then here's another bedroom. I think this one here has its own ensuite as well. So it's plenty enough space. And this house was renovated because it used to be a walkout balcony, but they decided to change that. Keep in mind too that if you see a home, especially on the real estate tour, and it's not exactly to your specifications, it's not exactly like you would want, you can always renovate. And it's not like in the US, just to put in some hardwood floors, you're talking about $10,000. The exchange rate is great for one, and then the cost of labor is inexpensive as well. So you can make a lot of changes, to a home. You just gotta ask. You can't keep thinking that you're in the US, because that's just, we're not in the US. We're in South Africa. So again, this is what they call the main bedroom, and this does have like a small walkout balcony, which once you're out there on the balcony, you can look over into your pool area, see what's going on. If the kids are out there making too much noise, you can tell them to calm down. So there's a lot going on with this house. I really appreciated this house, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the pricing up on the screen, and and then you can get an idea of what all this is going for. Keep in mind, you're not just paying for the house, you're paying for, you got a golf course. They have playgrounds, they have biking paths, they have some of everything. They even have a car wash, on ground, and of course there's 2 restaurants in here as well. So you're not just paying for a house and for a HOA to put in some flowers every once in a while, like they kind of do in the United States, and charge you a ton of money, like everyone a ton of money. You do have amenities on the estate. So this is absolutely incredible and so forth. So I really hope you enjoy this first house. So we're gonna go over to the second house, and it's a little bigger, it's a little larger, but it's really nice. So we hope you enjoy what you're watching. All right, guys, this is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa, and we're going to this location because this is going to be the 5th location that the people on the real estate tour are going to be able to visit. So I want you guys to just kind of, take a look and see what you see. And like I said, I'm impressed with it, and I think you will too. So this house here is pretty interesting. So let's take a walk through, and as we go through, I will narrate a little bit for you. But the finale for me is amazing. So this is the entrance, like a little courtyard. for a little entrance. And then we will go through the front door. Now this handle is interesting as well. I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's nice. Then of course there's the bathroom that you will be when your guests come and they just got off the road and whatnot. And of course there's a chandelier right there. This is absolutely stunning. And then come through here, and here's the playroom. Oh, and there's just noticed it. Here's your playroom. So if you want to watch a movie, and there is a proper pinball machine. And I'm a pinball wizard, as they say. This is good. So there's that. And then as we are coming through, we're gonna walk through here's a place where you can sit down and have something to eat. As you can see, have a couple of friends come over, sit down, relax. And then the kitchen area, this is what I like. This is amazing. And they got some Carolboys pieces in here as well. I see a lot of Carolboy pieces. So there's that. And then there's a beautiful stove here with the backdrop. This is nice. So I'm sure you guys are wondering, like, where is this? This is in Johannesburg, South Africa. And this is going to be part of the real estate tour as well. So here's another space. So this will be like what we like to call here a scullery. I'm sure you guys have heard me say that term before, but this is where all the work is done. Here we are. This is pretty cool. So your washing and drying will be back here. All your extra plates and dishes. So when everybody comes, yeah, you're good to go. And then you can go out this door here, outside the scullery. And you got another area where you can relax. Keep in mind, a lot of the work for the house is done back here. Here we are. Yeah, this is cool. And this is another area. So this house has already been set up for you. So basically all you gotta do is come here and pick your line. That's really all you have to do. There's an area back there too, I think, where they have one car stored back there as well. So this is cool. And I'm sure there's some storage back there. So let me go back through the door I came in, because this place is big and I don't want to get lost. And then you can go over to this area over here. And if you want to watch TV, go to the bar, you could do that here. Of course, it has a full bar, wet bar with ice cubes and everything. So there you are. And of course, you can purchase something like this when you do come on the real estate tour as well. Then, of course, if you want to watch the Cowboys or the Redskins or the Packers, you can do that. So that's cool. So this is basically the downstairs area. I might have missed something. So if I did, I'm sorry. We went into that room there. There's the front door. And then of course, we're heading upstairs. Now we're heading upstairs. And I'm gonna take the first room to the left, so that you have a nice little downlook area as you come upstairs. So I'm sure you can imagine yourself putting yourself and your family in this space. It is stunning. Of course, there's a ensuite, or what we like to call, it's a bathroom here. And then of course, here's the room itself. It has a good size to it. It has a TV up top. And of course, it walks out to a master deck here. And then let's walk over here. Here's another bedroom. I almost passed it, but this is cool. And then this has its own bathroom itself, its own ensuite. Just walks out to a master deck, and it smells good in here. Obviously you're not here with me, but it smells really good. And then we're gonna cruise over here to another bedroom, which has its closet space over there, has closet space over here, has a lot of closet space. So you really can't go wrong. And then it has its own ensuite as well. So things are going well, as you can see. And then you look over here, there's like a little area where you can step out. It's not a big master deck, but you can step out. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over here to the main bedroom, and there's some more caribou stuff there. Go to the main bedroom, and here we are. Here we are. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I know you like, what is going on? This is how they do things here in South Africa. Yes, we're actually in a Gulf estate, and the lifestyles here in South Africa are very high. As you can see, they decided to put some more caribou stuff, and this is the bathroom, which is really, really, really decked out. I like the colors in here. I'm sorry if you can't see everything, but that's why you come on what we like to call the real estate tour. And then of course, this is where you put all your stuff. Of course, this is probably mostly her stuff. Yep, and then she has a shoe closet, it's second to none. And then she has this going on. And of course, he got evicted a long time ago, so he's out here, but he's not living so bad. Don't feel bad. Now, here's the good part. This is where I would be. You walk out and you have a double outdoor shower. And if you never thought about it, you need to think about having a double shower. It really increases your quality of life. And then right here is the bathroom. You can actually just go right through there. So yeah, I'm not gonna try to belabor that, but that would be my favorite place. So then of course it has a big old giant, you know what that is? That's where when it gets cold at night, heats it up pretty good. Little gas situation going on there. Of course the TV, and then the good part about it is you walk out and everybody can just have a family meeting right out here. You know? So, what I want to know is, again, what do you think? Do you think this is for you? You know, if not, what would be for you? And then, of course, you know, if you're interested, all you have to do is come on the real estate tour, and there you are. Now, of course, this house here is set up pretty strong. Let me show you this right here. Now over there, you see on the roof there are solar panels. You must have those, because if you're talking about load shedding, well, you don't have to worry about it. And this is your playground right here. This is your playground. This is your neighbor's house across the street. And then of course in the background over there is the golf course and everything else surrounding you. So that's cool. So what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna go downstairs and we're gonna go directly to a place where I would probably get up first thing in the morning and go to, and that's outside. And of course you can invite all your friends and family, or you can mix them up however you want to do it. And yes, you will cut through this TV room here, which I didn't even show you the last time, but this is another room. And then of course here you are. This is cool. This is cool. Now, I really do like this swing here. And you're probably saying, was that a swing? Yes, that's a swing. Let me push it for you a little bit so you can see. That's a swing. And then you just sit there and you got all this area. So even on a nice rainy day, you still can come out here and enjoy yourself. And then this is funny because you can close these sliding doors here. You can close them up. And then of course, if you're bringing food through, you can put the food right here. And if you notice, there's probably dishes and things like that right here already set up. Then of course there's something, a nice little heating unit there. You got speakers in the walls, and you can close these glass doors and you can still use this space even when it's cool outside. How much does this cost? We're gonna get to that. So now you're out here, and this is where I thrive, because I love it outside, especially here in South Africa. We have really good weather here, great weather actually, and all I can tell you is I love spending time outside, especially here in South Africa. So this area right here where we are, you can bring your friends here, chill out. Of course, they got mature vegetation here, so you don't have to worry about planting things and waiting 5 years for it to grow. It's already here. And then we have above ground trampoline. And then we got some beautiful flowers already here. And then of course, you have the pool. You can actually do a half lap on this bad boy. Just saying. And then of course, there's where I was before. This is amazing. And then you come down here. Y'all remember this here? Oh, there's a kitty cat. Hey, kitty cat. You come back over here. And then you got this whole area right here. This is kind of like off the pool house. And there's a little TV. A lot of TV watching happening around here. Yep. And then there's another room here, which is cool. And then there's a little wet bar. And then of course, everything you need right here. Home sweet home. So this is like a little apartment, which leads out to, let me see if I can get this to open, but matter of fact, I'll just go around. So this is like another apartment right here. Off the pool room. And then you come here. There's your pool heater option right here. And there you go. So guys, oh my God, it's been a good time. And we're super proud, as African Americans, to bring you these type of offerings that are happening here in South Africa, because a lot of you guys don't get an opportunity to get here. So we do all the groundwork for you. All you got to do is come, enjoy the 5-star festivities that we're going to have for you, and that's it. So I will see you guys here in sunny South Africa. to the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism. If you're looking at this video, you are probably considering one of our opportunities to go out to a safari lodge. These places are amazing, as you can see. Everything you need to get away, have a good time, of course, relax, reflect a little bit, and of course, enjoy the good food, the hospitality, everything that you generally do not get, you're going to get here. I'm trying to tell you, the food is absolutely amazing. All the tables are set properly. All the locations that you're going to go when it goes to looking for animals is going to be amazing. You're going to have a perfect time. So I will suggest that you go to our website, go to Mpumalanga Kruger, and select your game drive, select your safari lodge today. We want to see you here in sunny South Africa.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things the Real South Africa. Thanks again.